Welcome to Zen in 10, your peaceful pause in a busy world. I'm recording today from the beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're at the Hilton and we're setting up and getting ready for tomorrow's Aveda Congress 2025 yoga event. And I'm so excited to teach tomorrow morning. And getting in preparation for that, I want to talk about chakras again. I know I did a series on chakras already, so today I'm going to actually infuse, instead of just focusing on one, we're going to talk about a section of them. So tomorrow I'm teaching what's called the lower triangle. So that lower triangle is composed of your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. So when we feel like we are not getting our nourishment, and I don't just mean from food, I mean from nature, I mean from one another, I mean from energy, then we tend to sit in this lower chakra base. So those three chakras are really hard to get moving and to get out of, because when you think about it, if you've watched my previous videos, that very first system, that energy, Muladhara, is going to be comprised of everything that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel happy, healthy, connected again to one another and to nature. And in this day and age, we don't often get a lot of that. And then as you move up, let's say you're feeling like you're healthy, you have a sense of safety and security at home, you feel that connection to people, you get outside in nature, and so your energy is really flowing in Muladhara. Well, then we have chakra 2, Svadhisthana. That one is going to be our sense of creativity. It's our sense of flow and connection to the senses and pleasure. And if you think again about where we are as a society today, we're so immersed in quick scrolls, doom scrolling, as I would call it. I think that terminology fits that perfectly. Or quick, easy access to things like Amazon Prime. Everyone wants their stuff delivered to them now. And so we feel this lack of pleasure because we're so dopamine overloaded. And we feel this disconnect to creativity now because AI is creating everything, right? What are we doing? We're giving up our creative freedoms to technology. And so we need to learn to get back into that flow to really set that chakra center free. And then, let's say you've worked your way up, you're feeling good, you're feeling that flow in chakras 1 and 2. Now you reach chakra 3, and that is our state of power, our state of, I always want to say it's the opposite of procrastination, right? It's that goal setting, and it's that follow through, and it's that determination, and it's that fire within us, right? It's that connection to that fire element. And so as we work our way up, maybe you're feeling those creative juices starting to flow, or feeling that safety and security to begin to heal, to begin to feel open in our authenticity. But now we have to fight those urges for sluggishness, those urges to procrastinate, that lizard brain in our head, right? That ancient primal part of our being that wants to just take the easy route. We want to actually move into that state of flow, that state of creativity that actually executes. So that is what we're focusing on tomorrow. And in my yoga session, I'll be teaching here, but today for you, for your Zen in 10, we're just going to work through a couple of movements to really get those areas flowing, and then finish with a little bit of breath in our Shavasana. So it might be a Zen in 10-ish. I've probably already talked for like 4 or 5 minutes. So as you get ready today, go ahead and sit in easy seat for me, and begin to feel that connection to your mat. Root your sit bones deep into the mat, into the earth beneath you. Letting your breath flow naturally. Let it be free. If you can be outside in nature, please do. If that's not available to you right now, maybe you have some plants at home you could surround yourself with. You're just peace in the stillness, or maybe you rock back and forth a little bit. A gentle sway. Think of a tree as it breezes gently in the wind. Just breathing here. I want you to imagine roots, like true tree roots, growing from your sit bones down into your mat, down deeper into the earth. Eyes softly closed. Jaw unhinged. Resting freely. Eyes soft. Don't squeeze tight. Keep everything soft. Your facial features relaxed. This is your space for restoration. We're all holding this space together to heal, for remembrance, to let the body remember what it does, which is heal when it feels the safety to do so, when it feels that energy flowing freely. Let it happen in its time. Imagine those roots now that are growing deep start to spread wide outwards from you in all directions, all around. Thinking about all of us here, right here, on this video, from all over. Our roots are spreading and they're starting to reach one another. They reach out in all directions. And much like the tree root system, they start to intertwine into one another because we are all united. You are not alone. You're part of something so much bigger, so much greater. Grab on to those other roots, holding on. So like the forest system, when you're in need of something, of energy, of healing, of sustenance, you can grab onto those roots and you can draw in from that energy. And when you have more to give, you can give it. Breathe here. Exhale. As your next breath, we're going to reach up to the beautiful sky. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Inhale one more time, big into the sky. Full stretch up here. Feel your spine stretch up towards the sky. Exhale. Interlace those fingers behind the back, dropping the shoulders. Feel free to tip the chin to the sky here again. I'm going to start with some gentle hip circles. This is such a great warm-up for Svadhisthana, for that chakra too. It's going to be creative. There's no wrong way to do this. You can feel confident that whatever you're doing here is correct for you. You can take these big and wide. You can take these slow and small. You can mix it up. You can get your shoulders involved. Whatever feels called to you today. Invoke that sense of curiosity, of creativity. And when you're ready, we're going to start to switch directions of that flow. Thinking about the water here, thinking about the way the ocean rolls. Maybe if you're like me and you live on a lake system, like the Great Lakes, how the water moves when you're on your paddleboard or your boat, and it's just gently rolling beside you. That chakra too is deeply intertwined with the water element because it has such a playful creativity. Coming in, sitting back up here, like I said, maybe you get creative with it, you just flow a little longer. And then we're going to start to take some seated cat-cows. We're going to go into our cat pose on the exhale. So when you're ready, go ahead, inhale. Exhale, cat pose. So you're curving that spine like a Halloween cat, tucking the chin to the chest, drawing that belly button into the back of the spine. Inhale, cow pose. Chin lifts to sky. Nice arch to the back. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. One more time here. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. We're going to begin to stack our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees into our tabletop position here. Just to set up into our downward facing dog. So go ahead and curl those toes under, drive those hips back and up, and we're in our downward facing dog. Start to see if you can lower your heels to your mat. You might be more up on your toes, that's fine, but see in time if you can get that form a little more close to your mat. Get that V shape of your down dog. Let your neck hang long, your head hang down. Maybe you have to kick your legs out a little wider to give yourself some more space in those muscle groups in your legs. Or maybe you can walk them a little bit closer to your hands. It's going to feel a little bit more pull. You're going to feel that stretch in the hamstrings, in the calves. The closer you walk those to your hands. And feeling rooted into the mat, hands and feet. Start to walk those feet up to meet those hands. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow here and just gently sway. Again, get creative. Start to let that energy flow. And exhale, lower to your mat. Inhale, half lift. Flat backs here. Exhale, root to rise. I'm going to turn so you can see me. So you'd be right here. I'm going to take cactus arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive. Hinging at the hips. Really working on getting that energy moving, starting to build that fire of chakra 3 of Manipura. We're getting that fire heating up the body here. Go ahead and walk one foot back, then the other, high plank, holding here strong. You have got this. You are strong. You can execute with that strength through that creative flow. Following through on all your goals, on everything you set out to do. And when you're ready, gently lower. You can drop to your knees if you need to here. Otherwise, you can stay up in your high plank. And gently lower to your mat. Untuck those toes. Upward facing dog. Feeling that connection to chakra 2. On the mat, Svadhisthana, connecting and rooting in to your mat with that root chakra as well. Your so close, they're so connected. Coming back down, tucking those toes, driving your hips back into downward facing dog. I'm going to do a couple more poses in our mini flow today. We're going to go ahead and walk our hands up to meet our hands again, or walk our feet up to meet our hands again, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, root to rise. This time, we're going to bring your hands together at heart center. Widen that stance. Pivot those toes out at 45-degree angle on either side. And we're going to sink down into our yogi squat. Slowly sinking down here. Taking those elbows and pressing them on either side of those inner knees to open the hips. So I'm going to face you to give you another visual direction. So I'm going to bring my hands up here. Hands at heart center and sink down. If you need to, if you have a yoga block, it's a good time. You can slide underneath you if you need the extra support. Otherwise, hold here. Again, activating the root chakra. We're in alignment here in that lower triangle of energy centers. So this is a really great posture to begin to open up. Let everything flow. Open those hips. Hips are so connected to chakra 2. Get that movement going a little bit. And I'm going to take one hand behind me, then my other. Embrace yourself to guide yourself to seated. Bring my feet out wide here. It can feel good to always reset something when you are in a more intense posture. So after doing your Muladhara or your yogi squat, it's good to take windshield wiper legs. So feet wide, planted, and then just drop your knees to one side or the next. Just back and forth here for a little bit. Always being conscious of your breath. Let those knees collapse in on one another for a moment. If you're just soaking up stillness, feeling that energy starting to come alive within you. That fire is starting to build. You know, it's getting a little warm in here for me. And then we're going to bring our feet together and we're going to come into boat pose. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways you can do this depending on your levels. Let's turn this way so you can see me. You can be where you are on your mat. So level 1, go ahead and place your hands behind you, fingertips facing forward, and tabletop your knees like this. You can stay right here, holding that. If you're ready for level 2, starting up, well, I don't know how many levels we'll go here because I'm going to show you, keep adding on here, but the next step would be to release those hands from your mat. The next step, if you're ready for a bigger challenge, straighten out those knees. Keeping those legs out at about 45 degrees. Holding here. Another option that's fun to play with here, if you want it a little bit deeper, is to revolve your boat. Turning to the right, or turning to the left. That really builds that fire, that really starts to work chakra 3, because you're doing a lot of that twisting throughout your upper abdomen. And it builds a lot of heat. need to. Bring it back down. There is no shame in meeting yourself where you are. You're going to continuously build upon that strength and grow not just the energy centers, but your muscle groups too. Yoga's not just stretching, it is muscle work. All right, tabletop legs first. Unleash those hands, 45 degrees. I'm going to start to revolve my boat. One more. There we go. And from boat pose, I'm going to go ahead and hug my knees to my chest. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Lower onto your mat. Now this, after boat, can feel really good to just do some hip circles, rocking, maybe back and forth, just right and left. We're taking those in full rotations around to massage out that lower back, that lower spine. And for this sequence, our final resting pose is here. Shavasana. Go ahead and start to lengthen out your legs. Maybe you take a full body stretch here. Or you bring your arms out, your hands to your sides. Maybe you put one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, whatever feels good to you this moment. Let your feet fall open, your legs relax. Soften the belly. That is so key here. We clench so often, and especially after a lot of that work, that fire building, my muscles were all clenched and tight, right? I'm going to soften. Keep everything really gentle here, because when we release that engagement on our stomach, we allow ourselves to inhale deeper, taking that oxygen, taking that prana, life force in, not just through our chest, but in through all the way through the belly. And breathe. And I encourage you here to find stillness. Shavasana can be one of the most challenging poses because it's all listening to our inner thoughts, our mind, trying to bring it back to the present. So wherever your thoughts wander, I encourage you to make note, see what you can learn from it, but then also pause, breathe, and bring that attention back to the rise and fall of your breath, back to the room you're in, the space you're in. Because magic happens in the present moment. It's the only place to be. If you want to draw in abundance, if you want to start to channel in your life, focus more on the present and less on the past. Stress less on the future. What will be, will be. And it all depends on what we do here and now. Those choices we make in the present moment. Breathe. If you have more time today to rest in your Shavasana, please do. If you have a minute extra to 10 minutes, stay here practicing that work, practicing bringing yourself into the present moment, of clearing the mind in a way that it's just focused and soft. I'm here, right now. But if you're with me and you need to start your day, this is meant to be a 7 and 10-ish. Go ahead and start to bring those legs back up into tabletop here first. Grabbing your knees, hugging them into your chest. In our efforts of continuing with our lower chakra, complex our lower chakra space, energy opener. If you want to take a happy baby here, you can take peace fingers and big toes, or wrap your hands around the inside of your feet and just rock back and forth a little bit here, inviting more movement after that shavasana. Hug your knees one more time, and then just slowly either fall open to the right or the left. You choose your own adventure today. Go to the knees, go to the right or the left, and then your hand, I'm going to the right here. And your head is going to fall gently into the crook of your arm. Just for a couple of breaths. When you're ready, you'll go ahead and plant that free hand, pushing yourself up, eyes soft. Hands open to receiving energy, resting on the knees. If you chose to fall open to the right side, doing so activates energy and activates that alertness, that awakeness. Think of it as your morning cup of coffee. If you chose to fall over to the left, to take your final moments of rest with your head cradled into your left arm, knees open on the left, that is inviting a sense of restoration, of further peace, of further zen. Your body may be telling you to pause, to give yourself a break. We all move in cycles, and this might be your cycle of rest, of hibernation. So please honor that. Thank you all for joining me today. We're going to all inhale, sweep our hands overhead. Hands come together. Prayer hands at heart center. I wish you all a day filled with blessings, filled with such amazing things to happen to you in the present moment, things you've been dreaming of that you finally energetically brought yourself into alignment with. Just remember, nothing that you need is outside of yourself. It's all right here. It's all within you. You have everything you need to begin to thrive. Just remember it. Inhale one more time.